What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Classic WoW video for Season of Discovery. Now today we're talking about gold making in a wholly different way than we've been talking about it before, and instead of talking about how to make gold, I want to give you guys a warning, a heads up, a public service announcement, whatever. I want to help you guys not to waste your gold, and not to waste your items and sell them for too cheap. You see, right now there's a bunch of people, namely a few, but like there are people out there making a lot of gold by people using TSM to sell their items or just looking for a quick sale and sometimes selling their items way too cheap. This is called the bait tactic. It's been used in pretty much every single version of WoW. It was really popular back in Classic WoW 2019. People use it in TBC, in Wrath, people use it in retail, and here we go, it's back in Season of Discovery. Now, I have been noticing this a little bit more in Phase 3 than I have in the past, and I managed to grab some examples, some screenshots, and here's the thing, I saw this happening before grabbing the screenshot as well, so I only have 3 screenshots to show you guys from 2 different people doing this, but it's been happening a lot, so let's talk about it. So first of all, let me show you guys what I mean when I talk about the bait strategy. This is people posting items on the auction house for way cheaper than it's supposed to be, to hopefully get some buys. So example number 1 here would be this picture right here, where you can see somebody putting dream foils up for 17 silver, while they usually go for 74. That is about 20%, less than 20% of the actual value of the item, and what this person is doing is putting this on the auction house and hoping that you follow. So he's gonna put up 1 stack of 1, and hopefully, like, he hoped that somebody else is just using the auction house to quickly post items without looking too much at the price. Now, he could post it even cheaper, but the cheaper you post a bait, the less people fall for it. So these people are trying to push the price as low as they can without falling into, like, for example, people are running TSM scans and TSM sniper scans as well. So if they go too cheap, the item literally gets instantly bought by bots, for example, or people using scripts on the auction house, or TSM sniper, and they get alerted when it's too cheap. In this case, they are just on the brink of it being too cheap, and they also don't want people to second guess when they're posting the item. Basically what they're banking on is taking this away. Whenever I'm selling items myself on the auction house, I use a add-on called Auctioneer or Auctionator, and I just click on the item. It automatically puts in the price, and what they're banking on is people just clicking on an item, then clicking post, without double checking the price. Now, even for me, it does show me the price right underneath, but once again, the people that get baited here, they literally go to the auction house, they do this, and then they click post, without even looking at the price of the item, right? Unless it's super cheap. If it's selling for like coppers, then obviously they will double check, but if it's selling like close to the vendor value or close to the actual value on the auction house, then they're just going to click post. Now, that's only example number 1, there's lots more examples. I've seen this happen to Nightmare Seeds, I've seen it happen to Flasks of Fatal Mojo, which right now are looking really good on price. I bought them for 5 gold each, so that's like sidetracking here. Even this one is looking really good for me, but holy, I'm getting undercut instantly. Now, going back to the examples, this was example number 1, Dream Foil. Example number 2 is right here on Grom's Blood. So this is the same person, by the way, and this is like roughly the same time of the day as well. I think there's about 1-2 minutes or something between these screenshots, and you can see it's the same person doing the same strategy. Now, what the baiting people usually do here, they either do 1 item or 2 items. That way they can keep control, because the more items they're trying to bait, the harder it is for them to actually get the postings, because if you do it on 10 items, you would have to control 10 items and actively scout 10 items and try to snipe the items on 10 different ones. So even doing 2 I think is kind of risky, but they usually do 1 and try to push the prices down as much as they can, and hopefully they get some buys. The thing is, if a person successfully does this, he saves so much gold. As you can see, Grom's Blood is 30 something silver instead of 1.7 gold. Once again, in roughly the 20% market value margin, so they tend to not go below 20%. That is only example number 2. Here we have number 3, and this one is from a different person pushing the prices down even more. As you can see, this one is on the Flask, and they usually go for 6.4 plus, and he tried to push them down to 1.5. Now these are only, once again, 3 examples that I managed to grab screenshots of while I was selling some items, and the thing is, I saw this happening a couple of days on a couple of different items, and I thought I'm just going to keep checking, usually late at night or early in the morning, and see if anyone is still doing this, and I've seen it happen in so many versions of the game. Do you not fall for it? When you're selling items, always double check, because people are trying to bait all the time. Now, it is worth noting that most people doing this baiting strategy usually does this on items with a high sell rate, so for example the Afterlife flasks, because they have a high sell rate, and they also have Nightmare Seeds. The thing is, when they are trying to bait, they have to find items, like actually Nightmare Seeds are really cheap right now, or somebody's trying to bait again, but this is really cheap compared to like what it was yesterday. The prices have gone down a lot on the seeds, but back to the point, they're trying to find items with high sell rates, because their bait item will very likely only be on the auction house for about 10, 20 or 30 seconds, so they need to find an item that people find and post a lot, so they're not going to do this on, for example, travelers' backpacks, right? That's never going to happen, simply because it doesn't have enough of a sell rate, and there's not enough people putting these on the auction house, so it usually happens to Nightmare Seeds, Atal Mojo flasks, Grom's Blood, which I've been buying a lot of, and there's none of those today, and we have Dream Foil, for example, I've been buying those as well, and Vibrant Plumes. This is an item that I've been buying a little bit, and it's happened to Vibrant Plumes where people are dropping them all the way down to 10 silver instead of 24, and then they just hope that people follow track, and then they buy all the items. So think about all the different herbs that you can find, even ores. So you have iron ores, you have thorium ores, right? Could happen to those as well. Anything with a really high sell rate, this can happen to, and usually it happens to sell rate to items that are used in consumables, which is why Dream Foil is so popular. I've seen it happen to Mountain Silver Sage as well, because both of those are used in so many consumables. Mountain Silver Sage is used in the Greater Arcane Elixir, for example, and also Elixir of the Mongoose, and Dream Foil is used in Greater Nature Protection Potions, and also, once again, the Greater Arcane Elixirs. Once again, a bit of a different video today, but I've seen this happen so much in the last phase, like this phase specifically. People are starting to play the auction house and pulling up the dirty tricks that have been used for years now. So once again, just don't forget about that. When you're selling auctions, double check all the time. So just double check before you just instantly click post, and don't fall for it, right? That's basically the video. Once again, if you want to have more gold making content and you want to have access to the videos before they go public, check out my gold making guide for Classic WoW, which is linked down below. Alternatively, you can check out my Patreon as well, where I make detailed gold making posts and give you guys my TSM strings. Both the guide and the Patreon also comes with exclusive access to my gold making communities, aka Discord servers, where I share even more tips and tricks, and once again give you early access to videos before they go public. This contains, for example, just regular gold making strategies, what I'm crafting, what I'm farming, and even talking about future investments. So once again, if you want to have those before they come out as a public video, check out my gold making guide on my Patreon, link down below in the video description or even the pinned comment. And if you do, thank you so much for the support, really means a lot to me and helps me be able to produce more and better content by spending more time doing research. Either way, that's the video for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel for more World of Warcraft content. I'm trying to cover every single aspect of WoW, even the War Within. We have Cataclysm coming up, we have the Mist of Pandaria remix, and we obviously have Season of Discovery. It's a good time to play WoW, you get so much value out of the sub. Either way, thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.